Hi, Skip here for Rockstar Sealing. This is the really fun part for me. Whether you're a professional or the do-it-yourselfer who finally said, you know what, I can do this, I want to do this, we just put our new stone in, we just put our new tile in, I got this. Well, I'm going to show you how simple it is and how comprehensively you can protect your investment. So before we have all kinds of fun sealing this stone that you've decided, I got this, and or you're the pro who wants a little extra tip here, we got to have tools. So we're going to have a lot of fun sealing this. You got it, you decided you're going to jump in the river and going to go wherever it takes you, right? Or a seasoned pro looking for a couple of little tips to help you do the job better. Got to have the right tool for the job. And we're going to start with some protective plastic. We're going to mask off anything that has custom staining, like lower cabinetry on a kitchen island, or cabinetry that comes tight to the edge on any cabinetry, whether it be in a bathroom or in your kitchen. So we've got our plastic. Then we've got our lamb's wool applicator. Another will be a non-abrasive white pad. Have to have the protective glove, right? Okay, we've got that. And we have a paint tray, small, which is good. And finally, our microfiber cloth. So now that we have the right tools, we're about ready to have lots of fun. All right, you got this, right? This is the whoop whoop time. Whoop, whoop. We're gonna seal. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pour off, in this case, our Green Star Sealer, because we're sealing a limestone countertop. Pour appropriate amount of the sealer, enough that I can saturate for this demonstration my lamb's wool applicator. So here's how we do this. Pre-dampen your lamb's wool applicator with a little bit of water. You don't want this saturated with water. You want to dampen it, shake it out in your sink, take a microfiber cloth and wipe it down, get any excess. You just want this damp. So we're ready to go. We're going to dip that lamb's wool into our paint tray. We're going to take the excess off, and we're ready. The magic is about to happen here, all right? So we're going to go in one direction, and we are going to put a nice, even coat of the Green Star Sealer on this limestone, and we're going to let it sit for a little bit. Guess what? You can do that. That's kind of easy peasy, right? Now, I always tell people that the stone's going to tell you what it needs. Limestone is really porous, and as maybe you can see this, okay, there's a lot of nods going on back there. You can see that the liquid is penetrating into the stone. That's what we're looking for, because it's not a topical sealer. We're sealing the surface and we're getting penetration deeper into the limestone. Remember, this is a really porous stone. It's going to take that sealer pretty readily. Now here's where you gotta pay attention, right? I'm gonna say it again. Here's where you gotta pay attention, right? You're looking at the stone and you're seeing a lot of absorption, and you're seeing that maybe some of this is getting a little dry. You don't want it to dry right away. What you wanna do is re-immerse your lamb's wool applicator into your sealer. And now we're going to go in the opposite direction, applying a nice, even coat where it looks like it's wet. I've got a little bit of a bubble there. Now, you'll notice that I didn't do this. That's not proper technique. You want to go in nice, even strokes. You don't want a lot of bubbles, and you want that to be evenly applied. That's as simple as it gets. A lot of professionals even make that mistake. You don't do this, right? All you have to do is go in sequence and have a little bit of deliberateness when you do this. Apply in nice, even, slow, deliberate, sequential, slightly overlapping strokes. Watch the stone, because it's giving you the cue as to what you got to do next. And then when you see that that sealer is being absorbed before it dries, go and apply again in an opposite direction. Now, generally speaking, as I'm watching this, I'm seeing that certain parts of the stone have absorbed that material. Other parts of the stone, it's still a little wet. That's completely natural. That's going to happen. The variation in density, even in a really porous stone, is being up front and personal right now. You can see that. That's not a problem. It's not that you did something wrong or you have to do more. But here's where we're at. Usually within 5 to 10 minutes, after 2 coats, possibly a third, we're not going to need a third coat on this. What you then want to do is take off the excess that is remaining, that is not being absorbed. And you can do that as simple as using a paper towel. And I'm pulling and lifting. I am pulling and lifting. I can go to the back side of that, and I'm going to go in an opposite direction. I'm mirroring exactly how I applied the sealer. I still have a little extra here. I have a little bit of a damp paper towel, so I'm going to go to a second paper towel, and I'm just going to make sure that I get the leftover. All right, now as that starts to dry, remember when I talked about tools of the trade? I want to have that non-abrasive white pad. And what I want to do is I'm going to press in the same direction, and I'm going to turn that pad and I'm going to pull. So everything I'm doing is mirroring the application. A little bit of pressure. I'm not up on my hands and knees on top of this countertop going, right? Just a little bit. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually helping to set some of these molecules on the surface. And now I'm seeing that I don't have any residual effects there. I'm gonna let that sit. If this were in your home, for the sake of the video here, we're gonna just take a little bit of time. Let's say this has been an additional 2 or 3 minutes, and here's where I can start polishing this off. Now that's not too tough, right? What about, yeah, good. Oh, you got it. I'm seeing a lot of this going on behind there, wherever you're at. And that's it. And then we let this cure. We want this to cure 12 to 24 hours. You don't want to, let's say, seal your countertop an hour and a half before you're having guests over, right? Where you're gonna have a lot of stuff on the counter. You want this to sit and cure. It's as simple as that. To learn more about products and or sealing, visit rockstarsealing.com.